Alright, man. It's been a while, you know. I ain't make a video in a while. Shit got rough, so before I even get into the title of this video, or before I even get into it, I just wanted to say God bless everybody who's watching this. You know, hope your day's going good. It's good weather out here. For those that can't see the good weather, you know what I'm saying, man? It's nothing but vibes out here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't shit but vibes out here. But the fuck is that? Oh shit. Damn, now this sun hitting. Alright, but you know what I'm saying, man, here we go. Title of this video is gonna be pros and cons of no, I'm not even gonna say that. Title of this video is gonna be resilience and the comeback. You know, comeback season. Comeback season and resilience and comeback season, I don't know. Either way, let me get into it. So at the end of January or whatever, my mom went over to her friend's house, over to Long Island. Now, for those that don't know, I reside in Brooklyn, New York. I live with my mom. I'm not gonna lie. Going into February or the middle of February, I forgot when, my mother was at a party, you know what I'm saying, at one of her friend's house in Long Island. So again, I'm in Brooklyn, New York, in New York City. She's all the way in Long Island. She's all the way in what was that? Bayshore, New York, Long Island to be exact. So that's like 30 miles away, right? My mom ended up coming into contact with somebody at the party that had viral meningitis or meningitis bug or some shit like that, but it was non-active. So the person themselves didn't know when they passed it on to my mom. My mother already has diabetes going on from this condition. When the meningitis hit her or whatever, she felt nausea, she felt sick or whatever, and she caught a seizure, or I guess something led to another. Her blood sugar level spiked to 500. She had caught a seizure, I guess. She hit her wall on the head or something like that. And she pretty much got into a coma for like 3 or 4 days or something like that. Now, I didn't know about this until like a week or two later because, number one, she physically was unable to tell me. You know what I'm saying? And then when she came up, when she was able to be conscious or whatever, my mom couldn't even like use her... The battery symbol just popped up. My mom couldn't even use her hands and shit like that to switch around on the phone, press buttons, and call. Her whole left side was just not moving well at all. Like, she couldn't use her whole left side, her left leg or her left hand, left side, all of that shit. Facts for one. Number two, if push came to shove, I probably would have lost her and not been able to do a single thing about it because, again, she's all the way in Bayshore, New York. I'm in Brooklyn, and like I said, if push came to shove, that would have it would have been going towards the middle of January or the ending of January as to when that was the last time I saw my mom before all that stuff happened. You feel what I'm saying? And in the midst of all this shit that had happened, I had to take care of my mom's, just constantly applying to jobs and no one's responding, not getting an answer, or you get an interest letter or a letter of interest, meaning they'll I guess entertain the idea of giving you an interview or whatever, even though they already have their designated candidate of being hired already. They just entertain the idea of hiring you or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I can say since October all the way to fucking what month are we in now? We're in May of 2022. I can say all the way from October all the way to May, I've just been constantly just applying to jobs and staying at heart and just keeping my head up, keeping my eyes open, just trying to do good or whatever. It's still the same old shit. You know what I mean? So that's that. So not only was I almost not only did I almost lose my mother, but facing financial situations, financial hardships, and already already facing problems with IRS and having to deal with that shit is just done up in itself. Then having to deal with basically a $1,000 debt letter from what is those things called? An ambulance, because in in July or June of 2021 last year, I literally woke up one time with my shoulder dislocated, just out. Like, literally woke up with it out. You know what I mean? Couldn't walk, couldn't get a cab because I didn't have money at the time. Just finished paying bills because it was literally the first of the month when all that shit happened. So, you know what I'm saying? Every time when it's the first of the month, everybody knows bills got to be paid, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Then taxes got to be paid depending on when tax season was. It became occurring to me that I was like going through some shit, but now this year it's stamped like I'm going through some shit, because not only did I face almost losing my mom, losing a job, financial hardships, right? I've also faced losing pretty much almost every single person I could call a friend, a brother, a sister, or whatever the fuck that shit is called anymore, if that shit even exists. I've tried multiple times to just, in my life, I've realized I've always just been like, what you call scapegoated, I guess, or just ostracized or outcasted, whatever y'all want to call it. The thing is, I just always been singled out or some shit. I don't even know, man. But all I'm gonna say is 2022 is probably the hardest year I faced this far in my life, and it's not over yet. Who knows what's coming next? Who knows what else is about to happen? I don't even care anymore. I'm just waiting for whatever the next issue is so I could deal with it, because I've done cry, pray to God, do good things, to like change your whole lifestyle around just for shit to still not make a dent. So yeah, that's that. Hold on. Yeah, like I said, who knows? What else was I about to say? Oh yeah, now I can get into what I was talking about before. So pros and cons, right? Pros and cons to dealing with, I'm gonna call all of that shit downfall. Pros and cons to a downfall, right? I'm gonna just start off with the cons, because I always like to start off with the good news. I always like to start off with the bad news first, so that I can end off with good news, you know, because you always got to end off with a good note. And no matter what happens when you deal in shit with life, it's always, at least to me, the negative hits harder than the positive. So I just try to deal with the negativity first, then go to the positive, you know. But that's more on for another topic or for another day. Going into the cons of dealing with the downfall. Con number one, you just realize no one gives an absolute fuck about you. That's about it. You genuinely, from your friendship circle all the way to your family, to even strangers, your neighbors, even people that you used to work with, co-workers and shit like that, they don't give a fuck about you. The shit is so real, it has come down to it. At least for me, I start to see signs. My own mom really don't be like, I don't know if it's that she don't really fucking care for me like that, or she don't respect me because I'm still living under her roof, which in itself is, I can understand, because it's like, why should I respect you and you don't have your own place and you still live under my rule, my terms and shit like that, whatever. Yeah, this shit like that, it stings, and I start to see where the whole boys to men concept comes from, because growing up all your life and you're raised by your mom and shit like that, when your dad is in and out of your life, like my dad is in my life now full time and shit, but before he wasn't really there. So being grown up by your mom and your uncles and shit like that all your life, just, you kind of have this warped perception of what life is, how to maneuver with life, how to do what life is and shit like that. And you have to slowly, each and every day as you grow up, like, destroy yourself and rewind the warping and shit, like all the brainwash and all the fucking sugar-coated, the diabetic sugar-coated point of view that's gonna save you through life, the diaper, the pacifier view through life, like holding on and being babied and shit. Like, none of that shit matters. None of that shit matters. What matters is how you operate, how you react, and how you maneuver through when life hits you with fucking shenanigans and fuckery and just a whole bunch of negativity all at once. Right? Con number 2 to the downfall. I feel like this is a con and a pro, which I'm gonna go back into it when I speak about it, right? Pros and cons to downfall. A con about going through a downfall, you genuinely just stop caring about shit. You kind of become devoid of emotion, and you kind of become apathetic towards a lot of shit around you, which is a blessing and a curse. Because, for example, one of your close friends could die, and you really won't push you, it won't phase you, because you've already been through enough. Feel what I mean? And having apathism or apathetic feelings or tendencies, it won't end good for you in the end. Because no one wants to be around somebody that doesn't care. No one wants to be around somebody that is selfish, self-centered, numb to shit. Because there's going to be a point in time in your life where life will get good, and you're too far gone down apathism to feel anything. You know what I mean? Con number 3. You lose faith in pretty much everything and everyone around you. You know what I mean? Because, again, this ties into number 1. No one gives a fuck about you. No one wants to check up on you. Not saying that they're obligated to. There is no entitlement for anyone to do anything in this world for you. I just want to put that also out there. Like, I don't want to give off the vibe in this video like I'm trying to be giving off entitlement issues and people don't care and they should. Like, no one gives a fuck and no one should. No one owes you shit. That's life. No one owes you shit. No one cares. You just gotta, like I said before, push through. Because this is your life. No one cares besides you. In all honesty. You might have a couple good 5 friends if you are blessed by God enough to have those friends in your life that actually give a fuck about you without ulterior motives and fucking shady, malicious intent in the dark and shit like that. You know, you are blessed by God to have fucking one good friend in your life. Like 5 is just 5 is just an extra package, you know what I mean? But in all reality, it's just, you're blessed enough to have one good, decent person in your life, whether it's a friend, a relationship, a business partner, or a pet. You're blessed to have just one decent, good thing in your life. Con number 4, and I'm gonna end off with that. Your hatred starts to overpower your love for things. I hate how much I've been consumed by inner hatred, and growing up I was never like that. You know what I'm saying? I was never filled with hatred. I never really wanted to be around hatred, but I guess being around a world that's literally run by hatred, and then you have people that are just consumed by this shit 24/7. Even though those people are in your family, so it's hard to dodge them, you kind of just get infected by it somehow, some way throughout a life. And you just can't let that shit kill you. You got to fight it off. Like I said, you got to have the discipline to fight shit off and not let hatred consume you, because hatred will find you. Hatred will fuck you up. Hatred will leave you in the dust and leave you in the box. In a box, in pieces, and just... Hatred will lead you to your own damnation, your own death. Hatred will lead you to nothing, pretty much. Going into the cons of this downfall, that's the cons, sorry, going into the cons. Going into the pros now. Pro number one, you begin to learn how to maneuver through life and shit. You begin to learn how to pick up proactive results or proactive measures rather than reactive. So I'm gonna give you an example, right? Proactive and reactive. Say, for example, you have a test or an exam and you're in college, right? A proactive measure would be, I'm gonna study a whole 2 months before this exam comes up. Reactive measures means I'm gonna study the night before. And if you're questioning who's more likely to pass the test, obviously it's the proactive person because they took steps beforehand. They didn't just automatically, get in a flight or fight stance mode in their mind and try to half-ass it or just try to rush through with things. You know what I mean? So you begin to pick up proactive measures on how to deal with life and how to deal with problems. That's about it. Pro number two, you stop giving a fuck about things. That goes into the con number two or con number three, like I said before. All the hatred that people give out to you, that shit means nothing now. For all of my guys out there watching this video, you got rejected by a female or a job didn't want to answer your letter of trying to be employed in there, or what else? A stock crash or some shit like that. I don't know, whatever. Or a job, one of your business partners flopped on you or did some funny shit and they, finessed you or they scapegoated you in a business idea, whatever it is. You just don't care about that shit because that shit doesn't matter to you anymore. You just push through, you know what I mean? I feel like not caring, like I said, is the best and worst thing that could happen to people, and it all just depends on how to utilize it. Me, right now, I'm stabbing others and myself with it, with the ability to not care, if you know what I mean. So that's that. Pro number three, you literally elevate. It's hard to explain, but it's a thing where you gotta feel it internally before you feel it externally. You literally feel elevated. You feel at peace after, because you start to realize those that don't give a fuck about you, those that don't care for you, they're worthless. So you kick them to the side. Now what do you have? Nothing but yourself. Your life is probably much more peaceful now. There's less drama, there's less noise, there's less fucking shenanigans, there's less chaotic dumb shit going on in your life that you don't need. You know what I mean? So that's pro number three. Pro number four, and probably might end it off on this note. Pro number four, you get closer to yourself and develop self-love, which is probably the best form of love anybody can have or give, right? Because loving other people is good. Everyone wants a companion. We're creatures that wants to be felt. We want to be, feel like we belong in areas and villages and our tribes, and we want a companion. We want someone to love us and love them. But we keep forgetting, and we keep turning a blind eye, and we keep ignoring the most important form of love that we should all have, and that's self-love. Self-love is the most important one. Without self-love, you ain't got shit. You know what I mean? If you ain't loving yourself, I don't know what the fuck you love then. And I'm not trying to say be narcissistic about it either, but it's just, if you don't love yourself, you can't love no one else or anything else. You know what I mean? And you can't love anything else or anyone else correctly. You just won't live a good life at all in any form or facet in any area, because you're just not gonna give your 110%. in anything in life because you feel like you don't deserve it, because you don't love yourself. Feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my update, you know, as to why I've been gone for a while. Just trying to enjoy the rest of this good weather out here. That's that. And in all honesty, just whatever doesn't benefit you this year, just let that shit go. Whoever isn't benefiting you, let them go. Fuck them. In all honesty, that shit don't mean money. That shit means nothing at the end of the day, honestly. Alright, just want to say this real fast. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's water all the way down there, and it's just fire. And then the sun down this way. Yeah, man, that's my video for the day. God bless whoever watched this. You know what I'm saying? I hope you have shit, I don't even know. Let me start that over. I hope you have a very good day, blessed day, or whatever you believe in, whatever your belief is. Also hope that you out there grinding. Whoever's watching this video, I hope you out there grinding. I hope you got closer to a goal. I hope something good happened for you. I hope you improved in something. I hope a bill got paid, a debt got paid off, something. I hope something good happened for you. That's all. All right. Next video that I make probably might talk about why do I keep going through dumb shit and just certain inconvenient situations, and why do I gotta like work twice as hard to gain half of the results that other people get in this world just for leisuring and existing and around and shit like that. But like I said, I hope y'all have a good day. And I hope y'all just, like I said, dodge all the bullshit and keep pushing through. Just move forward. All right? Love y'all.